celebrating your own existence. If I look, what is the essence of my life? My personal attachment to my Guru, that's all. All the best things in my life I received only from that. Without even knowing what is integrity, I enjoyed integrity with him. Without even knowing what is responsibility, I enjoyed responsibility for him. Without even knowing what is enriching, I was enriching about him to the world. Without even knowing what is Brahman, I had Brahman Jnana from him. Before even knowing the word Brahman, he gave me Brahman Jnana.
Nithyanandam Paramashivoham Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatītam Dharmasadrisham Tattvamasyaadilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadhi Sakshibhutam Bhavatītam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tannamami. Nithyanandam, everyone. Welcome to this beautiful segment of the introduction to Paramashivoham Level 3. Just a few security measures before we begin the session, and also a few important cautions. We welcome all the Kailasa Vasis attending from Kailasa's monasteries, gurukuls, temples, ashrams, and centers from around the world. We welcome all the Nithyananda TV, Kailasa TV, Hinduism Now TV, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube viewers, and all those blessed to have the Naina Diksha, the two-way video conferencing, who are joining us for today's program. Before we begin, a short introduction about the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, is the reviver of Kailasa, a macrocosmic ancient enlightened Hindu civilizational nation. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is the 1008th incarnation of Paramashiva as per Hinduism, recognized by his predecessors who are the enlightened masters and adepts. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has made the science of power manifestation, yoga, and temple-based universities a lifestyle for humanity. Let us now go through a few of the coronations of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. Before 1981, he was identified as the 1008th incarnation of Paramashiva by spiritual adepts and enlightened masters of Hinduism. In 1981, he was initiated into Balasanyas and Chaturmasya at the age of 3. And in 1988, coronated as the future Guru Mahasannidhanam, the Tundai Mandala Adhinam, the oldest monastic university. In the year 1994, he was declared as the successor of Arunachala Sarvanya Peetham by Guru Parampara, and in 1999 founded the mission Nithyananda Sangha to revive Kailasa internationally. In the same year, also coronated as the successor of Kashi Sarvanya Peetha. In the year 2002, founded the Adi Kailasa Sarvanya Peetha and in the year 2004 declared as the successor of Bhaginagara Sri Purasarvanyapita, and in the same year declared as the incumbent emperor of the Suryavamsha Surangi Samrajyam of the Suryavamsha lineage. In the year 2007, declared as the Guru Mahasannidhanam of Adi Pallava Sarvanyapeetham and Mahamandaleshwar of Mahanirvani Akhada. In the year 2012, coronated as the 293rd Guru Mahasannidhanam of the Madurai Shyamala Peetha Sarvanyapeetham, the oldest Hindu papal state, the young and the monastic kingdom. In the year 2013, officially coronated as Mahamandaleshwar of Mahanirvani Akhada, the largest apex monastic order, and declared as the Acharya Mahamandaleshwar of the Atal Akhada. In 2014, coronated as the Guru Mahasannidhanam of Tanjavur Adinam, Tiruvarur Adinam, Vedarinam Adinam, and Panchanadikulam. In the year 2015, coronated as the Guru Mahasannidhanam of Dharma Mukti Swargapuram Adinam, and in the same year coronated as the Guru Mahasannidhanam of the Adi Pita Kolada Matha, and elected as the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism by a congregation of over 1,000 spiritual leaders. A few of the global initiatives of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, over 28 years of relentless humanitarian services and initiatives including the free vegetarian food, medical services, natural disaster relief, women empowerment initiatives, conflict resolution and peace initiatives, sustainable Hindu practices through the various international agencies and bodies. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has authored over 300 books and 10,000 articles in 3 languages and translated into 50 languages with over 1,000 titles. And over 20 million copies of these books are sold, read, and downloaded. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has also established the largest Hindu library with over 1 million books, 1 million palm leaf scriptures, and over 20 million digital books. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is revered as the most prolific and most viewed guru in the digital world, read and watched by over 1 billion followers in Hinduism. And the discourses, over 10,000 hours of discourses and over 1 billion views on social media. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is respected as the commentator of all sacred scriptures such as Upanishads, Bhagavad Gita, Shiva Sutras, Yoga Sutras, Ashtavakra Gita, Jain Sutras, etc. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is also honored as the leader of Hinduism, the most awarded internationally recognized Hindu leader. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is also acclaimed as one of the top 100 spiritually influential living personalities by Watkins' Mind, Body, Spirit magazine. The Sovereign Order of KAILASA, led by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, and Nithyananda Order of Monks, Nuns, and Hindu Diaspora are working for global peace and to give superconscious breakthrough to humanity. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is also the establisher of the largest Hindu university in the world, with satellite campuses in over 150 countries. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is also the establisher of over 1,000 Kailasa Enlightenment ecosystems and the founder and reviver of over 100 Sarvanyapeethas. We will now be moving on to the segment of Manifesting Extraordinary Shaktis. After a short break, please stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Success is not just the zeros you see in your bank balance. It is your conscious sovereignty. It is you feeling so good about you. You celebrating your own existence. If I look, what is the essence of my life? My personal attachment to my Guru, that's all. All the best things in my life I received only from that. Without even knowing what is integrity, I enjoyed integrity with him. Without even knowing what is responsibility, I enjoyed responsibility for him. Without even knowing what is enriching, I was enriching about him to the world. Without even knowing what is Brahman, I had Brahman Jnana from him. Before even knowing the word Brahman, he gave me Brahman Jnana. You are my disciple. With all my love, I tell you guys, the best thing I received from my Guru, I am giving you guys as a prasada. This too is the best thing I received from my Guru. One, my Guru is real. Second, I committed to him. I will live like that. Over. That's all. And I tell you, you will always be successful. I am real. My words are real. It's my blessing to all of you. Ferocious blessing. My disciples always win, succeed.
Nithyanandam, everyone, welcome back. We are now exploring the manifesting of extraordinary powers. In the Vedagamas, the source scriptures of Hinduism, Bhagavan Paramashiva reveals in elaborate detail that every human being is hardwired to manifest over 463 extraordinary Shaktis through the third eye. Manifesting powers are described as a system, method, and science for human beings to explore the various possibilities and powers and have access to the various states of consciousness. Paramashiva is the primordial divinity in Hinduism, the ultimate reality and cause, which is self-effulgent, all-pervading, unchanging beyond time, space, form, and causality. As the fundamental base of Avyakta, the unmanifest, and Vyakta, the manifest existence, he performs the Panchakritya, or the 5 cosmic acts of Shrishti, Sthiti, Samhara, Trobhava, and Anugraha. The initiated disciples of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism will now be demonstrating the powers of body scanning and sharing with all the experiences and results of the extraordinary manifestation of the divine powers awakened in us through the Diksha. So we will be manifesting the power of body scanning. And if any of the participants, any of the viewers, any of the devotees would like to have the body scanning, you can message and comment on the online live streams, especially in YouTube, and we'll be happy to answer your questions and scan the body. In this power of body scanning, one awakens to the ability to scan illnesses, diseases, medically diagnosed tissues, and provide solutions through the awakened third eye. So before we begin, let us go through the pramanas of the power of body scanning. Paramashiva reveals in the Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, the verse 54. Swadehe jagato vapi sukshma sukshmatarani cha tattvani yani nilayam dhyatvante vyajyate para. Bhagavan Paramashiva says, cognize deeply that from the subtle to the subtlest constitutive principles of your whole body or of the whole universe simultaneously consist of the essential reality. They are being absorbed by the source cause. By the experience of such restful awareness, one becomes complete from all thoughts, and the ultimate universal divine power, Paradevi, is revealed, and the supreme power manifestation happens. So this was the Shastra Pramana, the scriptural reference. We have the Apta Pramana, the experiences of the Vedic rishis. Terayar was a Siddha and one of the prominent disciples of Agatya. One day, a man suffering from severe headache comes to Agatya for healing. Agatya uses the power of body scanning and identifies the root cause of the headache. He reveals that there is a small tere, type of frog, sitting in the person's brain. Agatya immediately instructs Terayar, his disciple, to perform an open head surgery and remove the frog. After the surgery is completed successfully, the person is healed and cured of the headache. Thus, he gained the name Terayar. Also, we have the Atma Pramana, the account from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism's life. On the 22nd of December 2019, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism revealed how Swamiji uses the power of body scanning. Paraphrasing his words, only when I had the multiple compound hand fracture, I was forced to go for surgery and therefore for medical checkups related to that. At that time, they detected heavy metal quantity in my different organs. It was revealed that I had been poisoned without our knowledge. I immediately used diagnostic methods instead of medical facilities to study the body condition due to the poisoning. Through body scanning, I found out what the problems, imbalances had happened, and where the balance had to be done. I used allopathy as the second opinion to verify my findings. As a living incarnation of Paramashiva, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, embodies the most profound yogic states that surpass all bounds of time, space, and matter. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is gifting this pure, great science of third eye awakening along with other spiritual practices through initiation. And millions of people have been initiated by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and are experiencing the profound results as extraordinary powers in their daily lives. You can receive the various initiations by attending the Paramashivoham program. And all of us can log on to Paramashivoham, kailasa.org/Paramashivoham to register for the upcoming Paramashivoham program, the season Paramashivoham Level 3, Season 3, which is starting from the 6th of October 2022. So with that, we would be moving on to the manifestation of the power of body scanning. We have with us Bahadur Ayya from India. We'll be scanning Ayya's body, and whatever Swamiji reveals through the third eye, I will be revealing it by chanting the Mahavakya. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. What Swamiji revealed through the third eye Ayya is only one major issue, which is the lack of iron in your blood. So you can take the mint leaves and also the spinach to help increase the iron in your blood. and also make sure that you are having a healthy diet and without having the oily foods. So this is what Swamiji revealed through the third eye, and you can also comment on how you related with it. And with that, we'll be now moving on to the next segment of today's introduction to Paramashivoham level 3. After a short break, please stay tuned.
Success is not just the zeros you see in your bank balance. It is your conscious sovereignty. It is you feeling so good about you. You celebrating your own existence. If I look, what is the essence of my life? My personal attachment to my Guru, that's all. All the best things in my life I received only from that. Without even knowing what is integrity, I enjoyed integrity with him. Without even knowing what is responsibility, I enjoyed responsibility for him. Without even knowing what is enriching, I was enriching about him to the world. Without even knowing what is Brahman, I had Brahman Jnana from him. Before even knowing the word Brahman, he gave me Brahman Jnana. You are my disciple. With all my love, I tell you guys, the best thing I received from my Guru, I am giving you guys as a prasada. This too is the best thing I received from my Guru. One, my Guru is real. Second, I committed to him. I will live like that.
Nithyanandam, welcoming back all the viewers watching us live on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and the various social media platforms. We have a very, very special project to introduce to all the viewers that is revealed directly by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, the KAILASA's Ishanya project. As the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism beautifully introduced, humanity as a modern society have reached a state of technology infrastructure to provide the food, clothing, medical care for all the 8 billion people. But unfortunately, the decision makers have not reached this conscious level to make the necessary decisions of providing these basic needs for all the 8 billion people. And if you see on one side, the food, if you take food for an example, the food is being dumped in oceans and landfills just to maintain the steady prices. And in another side, if you see, millions are dying of hunger. Same way with the medical equipment. On one side, the well-to-do hospitals dump the functioning medical equipment for newer models, while the other side, there are millions who don't have access to even the basic medical facilities and hospitals. One side we can see that the clothes, tons of clothes are being dumped in oceans and landfills, and the other side we can see people struggling for the basic clothes, the basic things to keep them warm. And of course, with the homes, one side we can see the homes foreclosure, which are just locked away. And another side, we can see the millions of people without homes struggling to have a roof over their head. So these are just few of the statistics that we can see from the various organizations such as the UN and other international organizations, where we can see in numbers how much of the food wastage, how much of the medical equipment wastage, how much of the cloth wastage, and how many homes are just being locked without people, whereas people are in dire need of shelter of a roof over their head. So, to raise the consciousness level in the world and to bring to the fore the real issues that the world is facing, and through a specialized process of recycling, facilitating the movement of good quality unwanted items from the haves to the have nots. This is Kailasa's aim, and the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has declared that this Chaturmasya, the 4 months from July to October, alone 1 crore people, that is 10 million people, should practice Samadhi, and 10 million people should be raised out of poverty. So through to this Ishanya, Kailasa's Ishanya project, there is multiple benefits for donors who would like to donate for this cause. It is a great boon to provide to those who are in need. And for the world, recycling removes a lot of hazardous materials from nature, adding to a cleaner environment. And for those in need, millions of people around the world will be alive and raised out of poverty, hunger, and inadequate health practices due to lack of those facilities. It is a beautiful win-win-win situation for all. And how Sri Kailasa is going to do this is, over the last 27 years, Sri Kailasa has built a network of legal entities in over 140 countries, and many of which have the charity status. In many countries, Sri Kailasa's entities are registered distributors as well, meaning we can manage the entire process from end to end. We will make full use of this network to collect the clothing, medical equipment, and food material from the developed nations, transport them and distribute it to the countries and regions in need, with all the transportation and distribution expenses sponsored by Sri Kailasa. So this is the process in which Sri Kailasa's project, the Ishanya project, envisioned by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, will take place. And if any of you would like more information, if any of you would like to donate or request for this donation, you can log on to our official website, gov.srikailasa.org/Ishanya, where you can put in your request for the donation or for donating for Kailasa's Ishanya project. So with this, we will now be moving on to the next segment of the introduction to the Paramashivoham Level 3 program. After a short break, please stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Success is not just the zeros you see in your bank balance. It is your conscious sovereignty. It is you feeling so good about you. You celebrating your own existence. If I look, what is the essence of my life? My personal attachment to my Guru, that's all. All the best things in my life I received only from that. Without even knowing what is integrity, I enjoyed integrity with him. Without even knowing what is responsibility, I enjoyed responsibility for him. Without even knowing what is enriching, I was enriching about him to the world. Without even knowing what is Brahman, I had Brahman Jnana from him. Before even knowing the word Brahman, he gave me Brahman Jnana. You are my disciple. With all my love, I tell you guys, the best thing I received from my Guru, I am giving you guys as a prasada. This too is the best thing I received from my Guru. One, my Guru is real. Second, I committed to him. I will live like that. Over, that's all. And I tell you, you will always be successful. I am real. My words are real. It's my blessing to all of you. Ferocious blessing. My disciples always win, succeed.
Nithyananda, welcome back, everyone. And we'd like to remind everyone of the webinar happening this weekend with Swamiji, the superconscious mutation of 64 manifestations of Paramashiva. So this begins 7 p.m. IST. That's Sunday, September 11th. And so that will be 9:30 a.m. EST in North America, 6:30 a.m. PST on the Pacific Coast. So make sure you are spreading the word and give people the opportunity to take a look at their life, how things can be improved easily, get the experience and initiation literally this Sunday as to how to make your next week the possibility to create the changes in your life and the life of people around you, the changes that you've been waiting for a long time. So each one of us, if we sit privately with ourselves and say, what is the condition of my life? How is everything? Is there anything I'd like to improve? There will be that one or two things that we say, yeah, there's that one thing I'd like to improve, but I've tried before. I've just not been able to sustain it. I haven't been able to maintain it. So each one of us will have that thing, whether it's a relationship with a spouse or a child or a parent or a friend, or whether it's something in career, often that is an issue, or it's something with a spiritual practice, or any other kind of goal or habit that we wanted to build in our life. There will be one or two things that we all know. For many years, this thing has been sitting there. There's something I wanted to improve about it. I've tried many times, but I just feel like I'm not able to do it. So those kind of things where there's an unconscious blockage in our life, that because of that, the confidence is lacking. And because of that, our freedom to act freely, our confidence to act freely and to be the way we want to be gets diminished. And so this has limitations in the kind of, even the kind of risks we take in our life, whether it's with sharing in relationships or creating new relationships or new business relationships. Also in the energy flow and how we put energy and allow energy to flow into new projects, whether we're looking to create new business opportunities or even support people in our life, or learn how to get support from them, learn how to build a relationship that is mutually beneficial. So all of these different aspects we see, if we sit privately with ourselves for just a moment and say, what is that thing? What is the condition of my life? The things that I would like to improve? And what is the thing that's been sticking there for a while that I feel I've tried, but I haven't been able to do anything about it? So these are some of the specific solutions we get from sitting with an avatar. So avatar has the ability to make the changes in us that we cannot do simply by a look, simply by remembrance. And when you specifically learn how to identify and carry forward those changes, that's when your life becomes a powerful structure for manifesting what you want and for creating that opportunity in the lives of people around you. So these are the experiences we've seen through Paramashivoham 3 and what you can experience as a transformation in your life during the webinar this Sunday at 7 p.m. IST. And so also to register your intention for Paramashivoham 3 or any other intention you have, you can put in the chat right now or go to kailasa.org/Paramashivoham to register your intention for Paramashivoham 3. If you'd like help manifesting anything in your life, please put it in the chat now and we will catch up with you. And with this, I'd like to welcome our guest today, Rajanaya. Thank you so much for joining us. And I just wanted to ask you, I guess you can just share where you're from and what was the part of Paramashivoham 3 you participated in, and anything about your experience you'd like to share first off.
Thank you. Actually, I participated in Sarvang Yatva, day 20 of Paramashivoham 3. So that was really an amazing experience. So like any program which Swamiji conducts, it always takes us from one level to level where we are able to grasp. So it actually takes us to a next level for sure. No more I'm the same person when I attended the program to the day before that. I'm always a new person. So actually, like Sarvang Yatva actually created the same to me. So it was really a blessing for me. And it actually, the word Sarvang Yatva, it actually means consciousness. So it actually like created the confidence in me, like blind spot is an option, it's a choice. So that is actually the major experience. So that with that introduction, I attended the program, and from that the transformation has happened, Maharaj.
Yes, blind spot. Yeah, exactly. Blind spot is a choice. Exactly. And so that's exactly the thing. So we will be sitting feeling like there's that one part of my life or there's that one challenge, but I'm not going to face it. And so, we will have those kind of fears about why or why not we might not want to face it. But a lot of those kind of things is because there's an agitation inside of us.
Exactly.
And that agitation is preventing us from facing ourselves. I don't know if there's anything you would share specifically about how the experiences with Swamiji removes those agitations or gives the confidence of facing things or starting new ventures. This is one of the hallmarks of the avatar, the living incarnation, is any blockage, any doubt you have, if you just go and sit with him with the intention that it will be removed, it always gets removed before you get up and go to the next thing. And so this is one of the beautiful gifts from Swamiji.
Very true, exactly. So the same transformation even that has happened to me, because I attended the program a week before. So exactly on the same day. So the transformation, how it has happened, it has actually started happening in my within this week's time. I would like to highlight two of those happenings. One is in my regular game sports. I used to play badminton every day, and another thing is in my work. I'm a software engineer basically. So in my work, actually, I'm bit like the current technology in which I'm working is actually it's completely new to me. I always have like as you said, bit agitated because the technology is new to me and I have the responsibility as a team lead. So I'm always scared in taking up new responsibility. So like I'll prepare myself to start the day and what will be the challenges. So it'll be like literally a fear will be there in facing the reality. So literally like I need to prepare, and I always needed a support who's already an expert in this, and which I already had from a different vendor in my team. Technically, like I was literally dependent on them, but now within this week's time, the person has to be replaced, and my whole support is actually getting changed. So now I need to work on me, which I already started doing. So I had to face the reality, and so far whatever which I considered as a blind spot, now I'm in a position I need to I got the clarity and I started working on that. It actually has started happening. And Swamiji used to say, the shortest distance between one point to another point is straight line. So now I'm in a position and I already got the confidence after attending Paramashivoham 3 and especially serving Yatva. It has actually started happening. And another thing is in my sports. So like every day I used to play sports in the morning between 5 to 6:30. So like I'm a bit scared in facing certain people who are already an expert in that. I started it casually, but there are a lot of people who are already an expert who plays around with who plays with me in the team. So now actually I got the confidence, and they are actually like getting scared with few of the shots which I was not playing earlier. So even the changes started happening physically in me, and they are saying, hey, what has happened to you? You are playing so nicely. And I could say visibly, these two things have already started happening in my life. So.
Exactly. And so do you feel this is an aspect of, what is this an aspect? Like it feels like something like a liberated feeling of being able to act freely, or how do you feel?
Yes, exactly. I feel like I'm liberated. I usually have that like especially in game, when to face certain shots or to play certain shots, I'll be having some fear whether I'll get slipped or I'll get hurt. But now when I started facing it, it's my body. I need to move it. I need to adapt to it. When I started gaining the confidence in my body, got clarity in my actions, I'm able to do it. So I feel liberated, and people around me are actually, they feel happy. the change that has happened in me. So that is actually in physically in my body, I can see the changes. And obviously what I mean is like I feel liberated because no more I have any inhibitions or agitations in playing such shots. I got more confidence in my body. And maybe visibly I checked few kgs got reduced.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm always reminded of. Swamiji shares the story of the hunters catching the birds by tying a twig onto a string, and the bird sits on the twig and it turns upside down. And because it's upside down, the bird hangs onto the stick and will not let go. So the bird can just let go and fly away, but they don't. They just hold on, and then the hunters come and grab them.
Exactly,
And
the same thing has happened to me because I was actually holding to my teammate who was actually from a different vendor. I was actually catching hold of them. But now the thing has changed. I need to jump in and I'm actually enjoying.
right. Yeah, exactly. That is, and like you said, the people around you enjoy too. It's, you know, other people gain confidence when we take more risks without worrying about it.
Exactly. So that is when I see visibly, even, oh, I have wasted so much time. And actually, Swamiji has given me the clarity. And it has happened in a night, which I was even one main thing. I was really scared to face the timing because program starts by evening and it ends by morning. And I was really scared to face that. But I didn't even sleep for some time. I was completely awake. Earlier, when I was attending program during daytime, I had some giddiness, I missed something. But now the whole night I was awake and I was able to do yoga. It started around 11 o'clock in Indian time. I was able to do yoga, all the asanas. So I never expected it. I've never done that. Completely being awake for a whole night. That too at home.
Right. Yeah, this is the the fears and doubts, the limitations we make for ourselves, because we never breach them, they always remain as an imagined limitation.
Exactly.
You know, so by definition, all the boundaries we set as what's possible and what's not, by definition, they're imaginary because we never breach them.
Yes, exactly.
So this is, this is really why we need ourselves to we need ourselves to say, yes, I'm going to take the leap. And the thing is, the guaranteed solution, the guaranteed way to come out of it is from initiation and guidance from the living incarnation. So none of us need to know exactly how life works or what's going to happen. You just need proper guidance from a being that knows the path that each person can follow to lead them to further liberation. So we really just need the confidence to take a step. So I'd just like to ask Aya if there's anything else finally you'd like to share.
One thing related to how Paramashivoham manifested to me, like I like just a week before Paramashivoham 3, the day I attended, like I said my mom like I would like to be in Nirahara, and started like I did not plan for it. I just started, and I said to my mom like every time when I do Nirahara, some good things has happened to me. It has actually taken me from one level to the next level. I said to her, I completed it, and I said, I thought, okay, let me do it. I took the decision and I was in Nirahara. I completed it in a week's time. I went to a temple, Murugan temple in Chennai, Vadapandi Murugan temple. When I was in a temple, I received the call, why don't you attend Paramashivoham 3? And I received the call. I said, I'm having a financial constraint, so I'll not be able to do it immediately. The person said, I'll give you the money. You return back the money whenever you could do. It actually happened. I did not take any step. Just I did Nirahara Samyama for a week's time. I received the call and they provided the money and I attended the program. So
Right.
actually Nirahara Samyama, it actually creates an impact.
It's true. And Swamiji has shared, if there's any problem you have in your life, you want a solution, just do fasting. And it's literally true, because the thing is, we're just holding on to some agitation, either for or against the limitation that makes it persist. So conditioning the body and the system to unclutch from agitations and needs creates the same effect in our consciousness. So anyone who wants to engage, to have this practice, you can perform the morning routine yoga and puja with Swamiji along with chanting Mahavakya. You can do dry fasting for 1 or 2 days. You can do, or as long as you want, for a few days. You can do simply a liquid diet, or you can do 1 solid meal per day and the rest of the time light liquids only. So there's many options Swamiji provides. You can go to befoodfree.org. That's the letter B, foodfree.org, if you'd like more information. So thank you very much, Jaya, for joining today and sharing with us. And thank everyone else for joining us, and we will see you next time. Thank you. Nithyanam.
Success is not just the zeros you see in your bank balance. It is your conscious sovereignty. It is you feeling so good about you. You celebrating your own existence. If I look, what is the essence of my life? My personal attachment to my Guru, that's all. All the best things in my life I received only from that. Without even knowing what is integrity, I enjoyed integrity with him. Without even knowing what is responsibility, I enjoyed responsibility for him. Without even knowing what is enriching, I was enriching about him to the world. Without even knowing what is Brahman, I had Brahman Jnana from him. Before even knowing the word Brahman, he gave me Brahman Jnana. You are my disciple. With all my love, I tell you guys, the best thing I received from my Guru, I am giving you guys as a prasada. This too is the best thing I received from my Guru. One, my Guru is real. Second, I committed to him. I will live like that. Over. That's all. And I tell you, you will always be successful. I am real. My words are real. It's my blessing to all of you. Ferocious blessing. My disciples always win, succeed. "64 manifestations documented in Veda Agamas, which he himself describes. Manifesting all of them in you is the complete manifestation of Paramadvaita."
Nithyanandam, everyone. We would like to inform all the devotees, disciples, all the viewers watching us live on YouTube, Facebook, and all the various social media platforms about the upcoming webinar that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness Nithyananda Paramashivam, will be conducting on the superconscious mutation of the 64 manifestations of Paramashiva. So this webinar is on the 11th of September at 7 p.m. IST, which is on Sunday. So we invite all of the viewers, all the devotees watching us live to this beautiful webinar. It is a beautiful opportunity for you to experience a glimpse of the superconscious mutation as the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism reveals, not just the mutation, the low-level perception that is portrayed by the Hollywood or the entertainment industry, but the actual mutation, the evolution of the DNA, where once you start manifesting the state, space, being, powers, and superconsciousness of Bhagavan Paramashiva in your everyday lives, how not only the cognitions, the thoughts, and everything else changes in you, but even your very DNA changes and you experience a completely different self, as Rajanaya was mentioning. After attending the Paramashivoham, he is no more the old version of himself. And that is not just in a physical or psychological way, but literally the very DNA that you are made up of, that DNA changes and manifests. Bhagavan Paramashiva manifests Swamiji through your every strand of your DNA through your whole being. So we again would like to take this opportunity to invite all of the viewers to this amazing webinar. And today we'll be having the auspicious Nataraja Abhishekam, the one of the 6 days in a year that Bhagavan Nataraja, the one of the manifestation of Paramashiva, receives the sacred bath, as done in the temple of Chidambaram, where Bhagavan Nataraja is manifesting, is alive and radiating. Even in the Nithyananda Paramashiva Devalayam, in the Adi KAILASA, we'll be offering the Abhishekam, the pujas and various rituals to Bhagavan Nataraja. So stay tuned. We'll be watching live the rituals from the Adi KAILASA Nithyananda Paramashiva Devalayam. Please stay tuned and we'll be right back.
Success is not just the zeros you see in your bank balance. It is your conscious sovereignty. It is you feeling so good about you. You celebrating your own existence. If I look, what is the essence of my life? My personal attachment to my Guru, that's all. All the best things in my life I received only from that. Without even knowing what is integrity, I enjoyed integrity with him. Without even knowing what is responsibility, I enjoyed responsibility for him. Without even knowing what is enriching, I was enriching about him to the world. Without even knowing what is Brahman, I had Brahman Jnana from him. Before even knowing the word Brahman, he gave me Brahman Jnana. You are my disciple. With all my love, I tell you guys, the best thing I received from my Guru, I am giving you guys as a prasada. This too is the best thing I received from my Guru. One, my Guru is real. Second, I committed to him. I will live like that. Over, that's all. And I tell you, you will always be successful. I am real. My words are real. It's my blessing to all of you. Ferocious blessing. My disciples always win, succeed. The unit of your life is your identification about you. How you perceive you is the unit with which you measure whole universe. Introducing your higher existence in parallel universe, asserting your higher existence in parallel universe, reassuring about your higher existence in parallel universe, initiating you and giving you the experience about your higher existence, making you face yourself in the parallel universe is my responsibility. Success is not just the zeros you see in your bank balance. It is your conscious sovereignty. It is you feeling so good about you. You celebrating your own existence. If I look, what is the essence of my life? My personal attachment to my Guru, that's all. All the best things in my life I received only from that. Without even knowing what is integrity, I enjoyed integrity with him. Without even knowing what is responsibility, I enjoyed responsibility for him. Without even knowing what is enriching, I was enriching about him to the world. Without even knowing what is Brahman, I had Brahman Jnana from him. Before even knowing the word Brahman, he gave me Brahman Jnana. You are my disciple. With all my love, I tell you guys, the best thing I received from my Guru, I am giving you guys as a prasada. This too is the best thing I received from my Guru. One, my Guru is real. Second, I committed to him. I will live like that. Over. That's all. And I tell you, you will always be successful. I am real. My words are real. It's my blessing to all of you. Ferocious blessing. My disciples always win, succeed. The unit of your life is your identification about you. How you perceive you is the unit with which you measure whole universe. Introducing your higher existence in parallel universe, asserting your higher existence in parallel universe, reassuring